Hansi Flick was brilliant, but I think the very similar principles we saw in the first game, the league game, played out again. And that is Hansi Flick with his player movements, the instructions he was giving them, the positions they were picking, drawing Real Madrid out of certain zones and creating spaces in certain zones. And unfortunately for Real Madrid, Ancelotti couldn't cope. Cesar and I were talking, and he made a very good point about the selection in the first place. I think they should have gone with a recognized centre-back and allowed Tchouaméni to play in the midfield, at least to have some protection at the back. But he didn't go for that. He went for a double pivot in the midfield with Camavinga and Valverde. But what worried me, and this was very early on, started watching the game and I noticed something after 1 minute. So I noticed Camavinga, in the first 5 minutes, if you watch his movement, he was tasked to man-mark Gavi. And for me, as soon as I saw it, I said, problem. Because it was very similar to what we saw in the first game, where Real Madrid, it was Lewandowski on the day, who was dropping deep and drawing the Real Madrid centre-backs out. And because they were tasked to be on him, he was easily just manipulating their movement with the way he was going around creating spaces. And something very similar happened. Now, what happened was Gavi noticed very early he was being man-marked by Camavinga. And you could tell. So Gavi started drifting out wide, almost to the right-hand side, drawing Camavinga with him. And then he left a huge space in the middle for Valverde to be able to tackle. So you watched it. This was just after 1 minute. This didn't result in a chance, but watch Camavinga in your shot. He's following Gavi. This is Camavinga. This is Gavi. So you see Camavinga, ball is going out wide. Gavi is going to receive it. Camavinga, who is in a double pivot, is pushing up. And another problem also was the lack of the press from the Real Madrid front two. In Vinicius and Mbappe. They are like Rashford. They show like they are pressing. So they will give you that. They will come to you, but they don't make any action to
Rashford has just free shit.
He's a very good example of what I'm talking about. So that is Camavinga being taken out of position completely by Gavi. And you look at this. Even with this could easily have been a chance for Barcelona, because I was wondering why Gavi didn't go for this pass, because Koundé was coming, and Koundé will receive it and give it to Yamal. And then if Yamal turns, that is space.
Yeah, it gets of space in front.
So this was the first red flag for me. And then it played itself again. This was just after 3 minutes. So you see Camavinga again following Gavi, and you could tell by this time, I could clearly tell this was instruction, because he was following him everywhere he was going. This was a very good opportunity, but we'll come back to this. And this is Real Madrid exploiting two guys who are playing in defense, who are not natural defenders. So this is Vasquez, who is not a right back. He's had to, at the tail end of his career, be a makeshift right back, and then Tchouaméni. And we'll see how Barcelona exploited the spaces in between the two of them. Now, this was the goal. And this was a clear example of what I'm talking about. So this is Camavinga here. He has his eye again on Gavi. Gavi, by this time, knows that Camavinga is going to follow him. If he comes here, Camavinga will follow him. If he comes here, Camavinga will follow him. So play continues, and Gavi just takes him out. So this is clear. Gavi knows he's not going to receive the ball, but he takes him out. And there's one pass. Once Camavinga is taken out of the fray, Lewandowski, who we know likes to drop deep, occupies that space, and it's a simple
through ball
to Yamal, and the rest is history. Yamal, brilliant, cutting, excellent, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. So now we'll go to Real Madrid, and what I mentioned just before, the way they are, and with the Real Madrid defensive shape also, when they were attacking, it became a back three, because Vasquez will move into the midfield a bit out wide. So now it will become Tchouaméni, and then Rudiger, and then Mendy. That was a back three. Now, this is the Rafinha's goal, the third goal Barcelona scored. And this is something I want us to watch. So Real Madrid have the ball, they hit it long, they lose it, Barcelona win it back. But they've not readjusted to their defensive shape, which is supposed to be a back four. And Barcelona use an instant long ball, trying to exploit the back three space between the centre-back Rudiger and Mendy. But this doesn't work. But this is an idea. So they go very direct. They hit it long. Yamal is not unable to get it. Now, watch this. This is literally the same play. So at this point, Courtois has received the ball, and Real Madrid are now attacking.
Yeah.
So they are not going to go back to their back four. They are still going to maintain their back three. And then, unfortunately for Real Madrid, when they try and play it out of the back, Barcelona press, Courtois ends up hitting it long, and then they lose possession again. So Courtois hits it long, and this is the same play. Araujo wins the header. It falls to Koundé, and again, it's a back three that is makeshift back three that is there, and it's a long ball that Koundé plays in between Tchouaméni and Valverde, who is now retreating to try and get back into position, and then Rafinha scores. So Barcelona are just brilliant in exploiting Real Madrid's weaknesses all through the game. And another thing that worried me was Mendy's defending in the fourth goal. That's Balde's goal. It really worried me because this is a Real Madrid defender. And let play go and let me explain what I'm talking about. So it's a poor pass from Rodrigo. Lamine Yamal picks it up. Now, it's the body alignment of Mendy that really disturbs me here. If you watch the run from Rafinha is taking off, and this is Mendy here. This is Mendy. Mendy can see the danger.
Yeah.
He's the last man. The only two dangerous Barcelona players right now is Rafinha, who is making a run, or trying to go this way, so Mendy will see him when he's coming.
Yeah, but he has his eyes
and
on
then
him.
Yes, and then Lamine on the ball. So these are the only two players as it stands. So Mendy has it covered. Now, what I don't understand about Mendy in this situation is why he turns and he sort of, instead of being in running motion, he turns and he stops and he's watching play. Now, once he does that, and Rafinha is already in motion. If the ball goes past him, he's now going to have to turn
again.
Adjust. But if he had maintained his running position, he could easily have closed down the run from Rafinha. But once he turns, and I can bet you that Lamine Yamal saw that. He's that intelligent, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he saw that. He lays the pass in, and now it gives Valverde extra work because now Mendy is slow to it. And if Mendy had continued running, he should be closing down this space because he would have been there, either closing down Rafinha, or if he didn't get there, Valverde could have easily made that darting run in behind and closed down Balde. So it was just Real Madrid being poor. It was very sad. Very, very
Hansi
sad.
Flick being smart, Real Madrid being poor in terms of their decision making. That's basically it, right? Then I crown thing with a brilliant breakdown of how Barcelona walloped Real Madrid by 5 goals to 2 in Saudi Arabia.